don't you just love me? There is no love in this war. Oh, the blood, the gore, the blah. You did it today. You did it. You beat everybody. What's that over there, though? What? Judo. Chop. You don't see this. RKO out of nowhere. Oh, hey, what's going on, y'all? VNNCZ3 here, and I'm going to give you guys a breakdown of 3 basic teams you'll find in the Coliseum, and I'm going to show you guys the team I used to obtain rank 1 in the Coliseum in Kingdom 4. So, play that shit. Real quick, guys, before we get into the Coliseum team breakdown, I wanted to show you this. I changed my name to VNNCZ3 space MG space YT. I'm over 37 million might, VIP level 13, level 60, so on and so forth, all that jazz. I'm showing you this not because I want to show off or anything like that, but I wanted to tell you guys that there is a person out there impersonating me and saying, hey, hey guys, give me your account information, yada yada yada. Please don't fall victim, guys, please. That's why I'm doing this. But let's jump to the Coliseum action. Guys, this is the team I used to get rank 1 in the Coliseum on Kingdom 4, but I'll explain why it works in a little bit. But let's go ahead and break this down. Let's start off with the first team setup. This is what I call a tank team setup. Before we get into it though, guys, look at this. I understand not everybody's going to have a Beatrix, not everybody's going to have a Gothrak, not everybody's going to have a big guy, okay? I completely understand that. Please make substitutes according to what you have. I don't know your hero setup, so if you ask me in the comments, well, who can I sub for this? If I give you a name and you say, well, I don't got that hero, well, what's the whole point of you asking me for a hero substitute, Because I don't know what heroes you have. But anyways, here we go. Death Knight, Big Guy, Rose Knight, Child of Light, and this is your pick. You can either use Gothrak, or you can use Soul Forger, or you can use Oathkeeper. You can mix and match these guys, and the reason why this team is so successful is because it absolutely punishes burst teams, guys. I'm telling you, the tank team setup punishes any kind of burst team setup you're going to go against because, well, needless to say, the Death Knight is going to take all of the brunt of the damage. He's going to die, but he's going to resurrect. Now, in that time, all of your enemy people you're going against, all their skills are going to be kind of on a cooldown. So, your team is basically going to 1v1 each one of them, and you're going to win. This is not exactly a popular setup, but it does work. So the next team setup I want to show you guys here is what I call a damage over time setup, or like a bleed team basically, okay? Rose Knight, Hash Crab Rose Knight is an MVP. I'll go into that in a different video, guys. I'll rank the heroes from good, bad, the ugly, all that stuff. But we're going to use Rose Knight, Incinerator, Beatrix, Black Crow, and you can use Death Archer if you want to. I personally prefer to keep Demon Slayer on the team because Demon Slayer kills enemy casters really rapidly, or I'll use Tracker because Tracker adds area of effect damage into the mix, or I'll use Trickster, but basically the heroes that stay the same are Rose Knight, Incinerator, Beatrix, and Black Crow. The whole point of this team is to apply a massive amount of damage over time on the enemy heroes. Yes, it all stacks, and yes, the enemy or the opposing prima donna or healer just simply cannot keep up with all the damage you're doing, but the biggest side effect is that it takes a second for it to actually wind up and become super effective. So, this team it's not exactly really good to go against burst team setups, but it's absolutely great to go against any kind of a tank team setup, okay? So yeah, the next setup I want to show you guys is an absolute monster burst setup. This team setup I used quite a few times, but it's not my current team setup that I use. You're going to use Rose Knight, Demon Slayer, Incinerator, and here's the tricky part, okay? You can use Tracker, that's a good one to use. You can use Beatrix, and she's absolutely great to use too. This team is absolutely super bursty. It does good area damage, it does good damage to the main hero you're on, and needless to say, Demon Slayer and Beatrix together, when they hit a target, they do like 10,000 plus damage between the two of them, not to mention Incinerator, Stun, all that stuff. So this team right here, It's really good. It's got utility damage, basically, and it's burst. So, Tracker stuns, Incinerator stuns, Demon Slayer kills enemy casters, and Beatrix does damage over time, Incinerator does damage over time. All I'm saying here, guys, is that this is one of my more favorite team setups to use, but it's not exactly the one I use currently, okay? The one I use currently, as you can see, is actually the one Betzini's using. Hashcrab Betzini, shout out to you, man. But, you know, it's not cool to take somebody's team, spend a bunch of money, get them up in levels, and then use it against them. But you know what it is? It's Hashcrab Team Salty, and I know I'm super salty about it, guys. But shout out to Betzini, man. This guy is pretty amazing. And this team setup right here, I have found to be the absolute best for me. At my current level of gameplay, going against all these other players, this team setup seems to be the best. It doesn't fall short against burn teams or, you know, any kind of burst teams or any of that stuff. It's a really, really, really well-rounded team. But the biggest flaw to this team is it will absolutely lose to a tank team setup, okay? And I say that because there's no healer on this team, okay? So if you were to mix your team up and you were to do something just like this, let's say my Death Knight was maxed out and I had the big guy and then I had a hero like Demon Slayer in there, or let's just say Rose Knight, I put Prima Donna in there, and then, you know, I use Gothrak, okay? This particular team setup will absolutely punish the enemy team. I mean, it just will. The biggest reason being is because the team itself doesn't fall short to any of the burst damage the enemy team can do. And if you want to take out Prima Donna, you can put in Tracker, and that's a good setup too. All I'm saying here, guys, is that the team Betzini's currently using is the team that I currently use. I just didn't want to show it to you guys right off the bat. No, I'm not copying off Betzini. Hashcrab Betzini, shout out to you. Like I said, I'm just super salty because the team I personally use to get all the way up here is something very similar to this. But guys, stay tuned. I will show you guys a breakdown of the heroes from good, bad to the ugly. Let's go ahead and do some of these replays here. By the way, I'm just testing different team setups up against him. But as you can see here, we kind of go back and forth quite a bit. Here's me beating Planduz. Shout out to Planduz. He held the team setup, but he's using a tank team setup, okay? Look what I'm using. I'm using a burst team setup, and, you know, I'm only going to win because of the way this goes down, okay? All these massive crits you're seeing right now, the only reason why I won, okay, is because I got a lot of freaking crits right off the bat, took out some of his heroes, and then that's pretty much all she wrote. His Prima Donna, once his Prima Donna starts to heal on the tank team setup, it's stupid hard for me to actually beat that, especially if they've killed my Rose Knight, okay? So, yeah, the tank team setup's no joke. Like, I'm having a hard time, as you can see, denting these guys. I thought I was going to absolutely time out. But the crit from the Incinerator here helped out quite a bit, and I'm basically just getting some lucky strings of crits. And so, yeah, I basically won by the string of my teeth. And I say string, Hashcrab, point out the flaws if you can. But here we go. Let's show you this next one. I lost to Betzini. Betzini's using a kind of a weird team right now. He's using almost the exact same team setup I'm using. Hashcrab Betzini, you're absolutely copycatting me, but it's cool because the fraternization in it is amazing. I don't know if I said that right, but anyways, just check it out though, okay? A similar team setup here, but he's using Scarlet Bolt on his team. And he's got basically levels on me at this time. He's got levels and gear on me, but whenever I change my team setup, you guys can see what happens here. Let's go. I absolutely smash him into the ground right here because I set up my team right here to be a little bit different. I set it up right here, and I basically keep his Demon Slayer where it's at. And, well, Hashcrab, I absolutely just burn him from then on, okay? Once you can make a Demon Slayer, like, inoperative, it's basically game over. And for some reason, I can't get my Demon Slayer to do the same exact thing that it just did. Maybe it's because of a different kind of team setup. I really don't know. But then here we go. You know, he loses, and then we just start trading wins, you know, because he starts copying my team setup again. And so here we go. See that? Same exact team setup right here. And that's all I'm saying, guys. Major trendsetter here, but it's whatever. I can't keep his Demon Slayer locked in place, but for some reason, he can keep mine locked in place. I don't really know the meaning behind it, and I don't know why it works like that, but it just does. So Hash Crab, there you go. And here we go. I got Planduz yet again. I believe I used the same team setup. There we go. This one's pretty deadly, guys. I think I might stick with this team setup just because it's an all-around game catcher. And so, you know, Planduz is going to use the same team setup he normally uses, but needless to say, I'm going to knock it out. There we go. Bam, slam dunk. And as you can see here, it's pretty much all she wrote. Once you start losing 1 or 2 heroes that rapidly, that's pretty much it. And so, yep. We do a lot of win trading, and stay tuned, guys. I will be breaking down the, what is it now? Good heroes, bad heroes, ugly heroes. So stay tuned, guys. I will get that done and taken care of for you. So as always, be safe, but above all, stay classy.